Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? Okay. So some people are wondering what that transition was that you saw just now. That was my what would I call that? It's for a new video that I'm going to be releasing. So that video basically is the Backbone One controller versus the PS5 controller. So you know how like there's this Backbone One controller that you can plug to your iPhone or basically any phone that you can use to play games remotely. You can even use it to play some mobile games like Apex Legends and Call of Duty Mobile. Basically, it turns your phone into like a Switch, Nintendo Switch looking kind of device, and it has has officially been promoted, or should I say licensed by Sony, iPhone, Android phones like Samsung and all that stuff, like officially recognized as an official controller for the iPhone. Okay, it's Backbone One controller. You can research on it. Several different games like Apex Legends, Call of Duty officially endorse it for their games. PUBG doesn't. PUBG doesn't. So you can't use Backbone One controller on PUBG. You can use any controller on PUBG. So that video basically is to discuss about those controllers, what you can do with them. You can play cloud games. Funny enough, you can actually play PUBG PC with it. Funny enough, like with it, yeah. So for a lot of controller users, who like playing PC games and who want to go into like cloud gaming and all that kind of stuff, that's actually like a very good, video for you guys to, check out. It's gonna be released like sometime in the week. Okay. Anyways, let's turn our sights now onto the match for today, as we have, gone through what that video was. So that's sort of like, I know people have seen that video in several different groups. That's me promoting that video. That video is gonna have more sci-fi stuff. I'm trying to make my videos that are going to be coming out now a bit more engaging and interesting and wow, and having a lot more of those entertaining things. It means I'm gonna produce less videos because I'm gonna spend more time editing. But anytime the video comes out, it's going to be like, wow, gonna give you that Mr. Beastie kind of feeling, sort of. So that's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, now let's turn our sights onto the game of tonight, and we do have a lot of teams on board with us. We see the boys from O3 landing not too far away from Citizens. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to be putting up the charts. Alright guys, so I've just checked everything, make sure everything is okay. Now we can get back into the game of the night. We got so many different teams who are currently on board with us, and let me know guys who you guys are supporting. Let's take a look at the map for now and check out where that map is currently situated and where it's currently heading towards. You do see the boys from DT not too far away from Milta and that bridge around us right there. You do see the boys from Extremists as well, who have already begun to get into a skirmish right there. And it does look like they're going in for that player that they have currently knocked right now. One of the players from DTN, you see Rage, who maybe was... Oh, and they're going in for that finish right there as the Wolf does send Rage back into the lobby. And the boys from DT are currently right now still looting their way out, still trying as much as possible, you know, to get their loot. But their scout has currently been taken out as Rage has been sent back into the lobby, as you guys can see. And we'll now turn our sights onto several different other teams where we potentially will be seeing a lot of action from. There's so many different teams who will be looking to perform very well today. The boys of Citizens looking quite good. They've got themselves a full team, AFL, AD, all around that same region, and all those clans have to now begin their rotations into that zone. I usually do love, you know, maps like this because, you know, they have a lot of it situated within that water. You can see just, you know, east of Lipovka, you don't have a lot of it in that water. And though we're still in the first zone, it actually does feel like we're in the third, because now going into the next circle, a lot of that portion of that zone is going to be taken into, you know, the water and all that stuff. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it continues to build up as we move into the next circle and the decisions that these teams are going to make rotating into that zone. I do see CLS not too far away from the boys from DN, and we might be seeing a fight coming down right there. Now, DN is one of those clans who are currently sitting down in a position where they do need to begin to gather themselves points and, you know, try as much as possible to move themselves into the next stage. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how, you know, it plays out. Yeah. Oof. So I'm just gonna on my own try to open the I'm gonna try and open the stream now. I haven't opened the stream. I'm looking at like what people are saying. My case says he missed the stream yesterday. He missed the violence. Yesterday's violence was really good. It was really good, really good, really good. Yesterday's violence was off the hook. It was crazy. It was mad. You know, for so many different reasons. You know, teams were a lot more aggressive than I actually, you know, thought that they would be. You know, several different teams were just pushing, going at each other. You know, it was good. It was lovely to see. It was really lovely to see. And I do hope that continues today. That you know mad intense, you know, gameplay that they had yesterday, you know, continues. We already do see several different clans now beginning to rotate into that zone. You do see the boys from Fear, you know, hopping in on the vehicle. They've got to move. They've got to, you know, start getting in. And throughout today, guys, during the break, I'm going to be promoting, you know, my next video. And why I'm promoting it is because, you know, I'm going to start paying attention a lot more to the kind of content I want to create, you know, and I want a lot of people to drive that content, you know. So I'll be posting on my channel on the community. So if you don't follow me, do subscribe to my own channel. Okay, subscribe to this channel, but of course you guys are subscribed to the channel, or I mean subscribe to my channel and check out, like, you know, the latest videos. I've been releasing a lot of latest videos, but ooh, okay, let's turn on to the DN is sending on shots to the boys from CLS. Already see them be going at each other right there. We can see that boy sending on shots. One of the players from CLS has currently been taken down. Things are now beginning to get interesting right there. Derry trying to get Roach back up. Alright, see Derry trying to get Roach back up. They have Stress, who is currently on a flank position, trying to get an angle to see if he can attack the boys from CLS. Alright, he's already beginning to make that move right there as two players really get close. Stress also making that push. Nasri trying to get that heel on. He's being tagged up a little bit. You can see right there that Nasri making his move, but Derry getting a knock right there. And the boys from CLS holding the defense, and Stress also does get taken down. Oh my goodness, it's just now left the Dark Boy, who may just be deciding to retreat away from that one and pull out of that particular position. Stress just moving away as 3 of his members are currently being taken down, and yeah, that's what it is. It's what it is. It's what it is. All right, guys, what do you think about this one? Who do you think is going to grab home this winner chicken dinner? Who's going to be our victor of the night? It does look like the boys from CLS are currently not giving up on that particular one. They're looking for the last guy. They're looking to take out, Dark Boy. And they've searched around. They searched around the buildings, but Dark Boy has been pretty silent. And wait. Hold on. They might actually still look for him. Might actually still be looking to get into the building, but it doesn't look like it. It does look like, they're just gonna head in. They're just gonna move into the zone. That definitely looks like it's their preference. And let's see. Alright, several different people are already beginning to make their way and rotate into that zone. As you can see, there's still a large portion of that zone that's currently situated in the water, but several different teams, because there are a lot of buildings to work with around Shelter, Milta, Yasnaya, Lipovka, they have, a lot of buildings to, currently just call home for now. And that's exactly what a lot of these teams are doing. You can see the boys from O3 are just moving into Yasnaya because there's nobody, to within those regions, as well as citizens and the boys from CLS who just finished the fight right there. But we might be seeing something going down on the other end of the map, as the boys from O3 have now just come into that same position where you have the boys from upper 6, and now we're beginning to see a fight going on between these two. Several guys, you can see right there, Temi sending in shots onto the boys from O3, and this is exactly where things now begin to get interesting. Schnitz coming into a fight right there. I do believe Schnitz was able to knock down one person, but at the same time he was taken down as well. And you can now see Choco running into that building, trying as much as possible to join his team in that defense. No Name is already in a fight with several different members of the team. Upper 6, but both teams have lost one player each, and they're already beginning to get into the violence right there as Choco does take down another guy right there. You can see Temi currently crawling the ground, and it's now left to the rest of the players to hold things down. It is Deji, it is Surge. You can see that push right there coming in. Ooh, but magic going down right there to Surge, and Deji trying as much as possible to join in on the fight, provide some cover for his teammate. In this fight, you see Choco right there. Choco trying to pull up. Oh, is able to do some damage onto Deji, but Deji is still holding his own angle. Choco goes out of the building, trying to find an angle onto Deji to try as much as possible to get that knock. But oh my goodness, Surge coming into that particular one and taking him out right there. So GG's lovely fight coming in between the boys right there. It does look like we're seeing some things going down on the other end between Active Gaming and Vibe. We saw a lot of action coming down between these clans yesterday, and now it looks like the boys from Active Gaming are down to just one player. They're down to just guard. 3 of the players have currently been taken out by Vibe Gaming. So for those who don't know, aside from streaming content and all that stuff, I try as much as possible to make content. I'm struggling with what kind of content to make, and we could have this conversation alongside, playing in the MPL. The 2 types of content I'm struggling with in my head right now. I made a lot of gameplay content for Apex Legends, and it was doing quite well, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it to myself because like I feel like the game still needs a lot of optimizations and people who were coming there like I was doing well, I was playing ranked, it was good, it was really sweaty, you know. I mean sometimes most times you meet YouTubers, especially when you get to like masters and all that kind of stuff, but I wasn't really feeling it like a long term consistent kind of video to make. So I have two different ideas now. One idea is focus on PUBG Mobile and news around PUBG Mobile around the world. I'm not sure what amount of views that's going to give me, but obviously the community that the potential for that is not a lot of views. Okay, there's no mad amount of views potential on that one, but it's going to satisfy our community a lot. So talk about African gaming. Then on the other end, there's things like my next video. So the next video that I'm gonna release is, you know, I'm coming up with a video around um you know mobile game pads. It's the kind of video that I've done before in the past, mobile game pads and all that kind of stuff. So um let me know what you guys think. I always struggle with what type of content to sit down with and make. I've been experimenting on different kinds of content. I left a vote on my community page on my YouTube channel, so guys go and vote. Look at there are four types of videos. What you guys think I should vote on, I should create. And yeah, I'll keep on trying to, but I'm gonna put in mad effort into my next video. That video is taking me almost 2 weeks to edit to finish. I've shot all the footage, you know. I showed a bit of that footage earlier on. It's just 4 seconds, so I think I can show it right now. And we're back. That's it. So part of that is part of the video that talks about like two different game pads and the use around gaming. It doesn't necessarily help PUBG Mobile because PUBG Mobile doesn't have controller support, but if you play other games like Apex Legends, like Call of Duty Mobile, or you play PC games like soccer or whatever it is, you can actually play PC games with those game pads on your mobile phone because there's now cloud gaming. There's so many different ways you can use controllers now. There's cloud gaming, there's Xbox, there's PS remotes, there's so many different things, and you can actually sit down with those pads, one of those pads, and turn it into like a Nintendo Switch kind of situation, or whatever it is. So there's so many different uses, and I'm going to be talking about that in my video. So make sure, please, you guys go to my channel, subscribe, and let's see how turn on notifications, and let's see how y'all enjoy that next one. All right, taking a look at the map, you now see several different teams now beginning to converge sort of on each other. You do see the boys from UA getting quite close to Extremists, and everyone is trying the very, 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 very best to get into a comfortable position within that zone. We do see the boys from Sidizens not too far away from Extremists as well. We might be seeing something going down between the two of them if they do decide to get into the action right there. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how that one does unfold, and see if those two teams decide to attack each other, who is going to be landing or crashing. But I do see the boys from UA not too far away from No Gaming, and already we might be seeing a fight going down there. Let's keep an eye on that and see how it does develop. No Gaming, one of those clients that were absolutely amazing yesterday, so let's see how it's going to go down. Smash that like, smash that subscribe, guys. Let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how it's going to be. Someone say GG's to Upper Six. Well, lovely performance that they had right there. Let's see how it's going to unfold. Jesse's the one that's still close to the boys from No Gaming, but he's the last one to hop in from his vehicle and just move away from that particular region. You do see the boys from UA who need to perform a lot better up on that leaderboard right about now. Trying to just move their way in to that zone. They need the points and to qualify into that next stage. So maybe they're not trying to take too much risk. That obviously is what their IGL would be saying to them right about now. Don't take the risk, just try as much as possible to stay alive in this one. UA have one player who's been knocked down, and that's Trip. Might be able to get that revive onto him, as you can see right there. So my case says, how about being versatile? I've thought about that too. But there's this thing about YouTube's algorithm, right? Where a particular channel is known for a certain kind of thing, right? And you grow in that niche, you know. But I'm so, I want to release content I love, you know. I want to talk about things I love. So I want to talk about devices. I want to talk about games. I want to talk about, you know. So yeah, maybe I could be versatile, but you know, sometimes, like the one thing I want to do is increase the quality of videos, you know. But anyways, let's get into the action right here. As you do see the boys from UA now beginning to take on a fight. The boys from DT and UA are getting into the fight right there. On the other end, we have no gaming in a fight as well. And Jesse is the last one for his team, UA. We're gonna try as much as possible to keep an eye on that. Jesse pretty much just trying as much as possible to stay alive, but my goodness, this place is turning into a bloodbath right there. While Jesse was fighting and the boys from DT were taking them on, you do have the Extremists coming into the fight, like get taking out a couple of guys from DT, being absolutely crazy. And now it is just left with Jesse at this point, but Jesse comes into the mix right there and now starts beginning to attack the boys from Extremists. You got Brand right there currently in this region, and Jesse trying to stay alive. And crazy stuff coming in from the boys from Extremists, as they do come in with a third party right there and take out a couple of guys. We just saw right there on the other end, 21 taking out the boys from Sidizens. The Sidizens using the last player, but we'll go back right there onto Wolf as they do take out the last guy. All right, so we're down to 8 teams. Let's see how this one's currently going to build up. The boys from Vibe Gaming have 2 players left in the lobby, and everyone's now looking to get in, looking to move. CLS and Fear getting into a fight right there. I'm trying to change to Fear. As you can see, King putting in the work right there as he does take down a couple of guys from CLS, but Roach is now coming into the mix, and then he lobbies Outcast. And right now it's a 2v2 situation coming in between both CLS and Fear, and it's down to Neo and King to hold things down for this team, because Neo just coming in with the jump shot right there. He does reduce a bit of HP from Roach, but my goodness, Roach is absolutely crazy as he does defend for his team and keep CLS in this particular game. The boys from CLS put in an absolutely outstanding performance. They've got themselves 7 kills so far, and they're still going. They're still showing what they're capable of doing. On the other end, we got the boys from FST in a fight right there with African Legends. All right, FST, another team that has been showing quite good performances so far. They got a couple of players who are currently knocked down. You can see they have no chance of getting revived as the rest of the teammates are just hopping and moving into that zone. But you do see them getting taken out by DN right there, and all of a sudden we're now down to 5 teams left in the lobby, and it is absolutely crazy the violence that we're seeing right here. Several different teams are now looking to make their way into that zone. You do have the boys from Vibe Gaming who are currently situated not too far away from AFL, and we might be seeing something going down between those two teams. Right there, you do see X Brand taking out Jesus, but all of a sudden, Chelsea gets pulled upon, and my goodness, bot players actually get taken out as well. He gets taken out from a third party. There's crazy stuff going down. The boys from AFL are still in this game. The shots coming in as the boys from Extremists are looking to pull up onto this particular position where the boys from AFL are currently situated. You can already see Dollars and the rest of the boys trying as much as possible to play defense against Extremists who are pulling up quite aggressively into this one. They do need the points. They need to continue to perform. And this is looking like it might be that game where they provide that winner chicken dinner that was absolutely needed for them. In this particular game, you do see Brand currently getting tapped by Dollars, as Dollars is currently the last one for AFL, who is up right now. He's not going for that revive. He could, but you know, he's got the zone. He's got to be of that zone. And we'll see. An example is subs turning off for your Friday night Apex stream. Since it's designated, we all have it in mind to visit the page on Friday nights to have fun on Apex. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to continue that Friday night stream. Although it was put on hold. So far for now, but we'll see how it continues to go. 43 people watching. Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Thanks for being here. Do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Let's go. Let's watch all the teams. Woo! Roach OP! Roach with the roasting. Amazing stuff coming in from Roach. Now you do have Wolf, who's the last one for Extremists, who have done well for themselves, by the way. They've gotten themselves 11 kills so far. Alright. But CLS has been absolutely outstanding in this particular one. If Wolfie can get that knock, he might be able to open himself onto an opportunity right there. But my goodness, the boys from CLS have been absolutely outstanding and getting themselves winner chicken dinner right there, along with 12 kills. But nothing to go against the boys, or nothing. But anyways, this doesn't take anything away from the boys from Extremists, as they got themselves 11 kills right there. But by that man, a drink Brand, obviously our MVP of this game, getting himself 9 kills right there. Lovely gameplay coming out from the boys. We will be right back with some more action after the break. Right now, for now, let's take some adverts. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We're heading into our second game of the night, and that first game was absolutely entertaining from so many different teams, showing us, the action that they got in store for us. So let's get ready for the second one and see, how it's going to unfold, and yeah, what's gonna happen. Let's see. Who do you guys think is gonna win this one? Who is going to grab home that winner chicken dinner? All right, let's take a look at the map on the other screen and see where that map's currently situated. Moving all the way from that southwestern region towards that north central region, all the way up right there at La Cabrera. Medicine no go bites my tongue, Sha. Anyways, just taking a look at what teams are currently situated. We do see the boys from Citizens not too far away from DT. All right, let's see how that one is going to unfold. So many several different teams landing across that region, not too far away from UA. We do see the boys from UA and Active Gaming not too far away from each other. They are pretty much just at opposite ends right there, all the way in Hacienda, within the same region. So we're going to definitely be keeping an eye on that, as one or two players might get caught out and it might lead to an all-out full-scale push. So we're going to definitely, just keep an eye on that from, both ends, as we do see the two teams, starting to get their looting off. We'll watch out for several other teams as well. You see the boys from 21 and FST quite close to each other as well. Or well, Payne is actually a player who is really close. Right, Payne and Rash are pretty close to each other, and we might see something coming down between these two players right here. It is a shotgun versus a Jesus Christ, versus an Uzi. All right, shotgun versus an Uzi, and depending on how well Rash is able to aim and all that kind of stuff, he might be winning this one. We'll see how it goes. Well, that shotgun can definitely do some damage. And because the rest of the players from 21 are now beginning to pull up onto this particular location where Payne is currently situated at, it might just spell doom for him. It might just spell doom for him. He popped out a shotgun, but definitely not enough. The boys from 21 playing that absolutely well, as they do get Payne sent down right there.
Rash, fucking camper, bro. Why you no push? No boss, no motherfucker.
Wonderful message to Rash. Wonderful message. But you can't tell people how to play, especially when they succeed at doing it. I don't think you can enforce a certain level of game style on people. So if someone decides to camp and they push, or don't push, it's their choice, especially if it works out for them. So promote sportsmanship, okay? Promote sportsmanship. All right, so let's take a look at other teams and see where they're currently situated at. This is where things now begin to get interesting, as teams will now be looking to make their rotations into that zone. Because in that zone, the shifting around that region where you have Menezeville, Chumacera, Picado, Power Grid, all those places are still within that zone, even Hacienda. Curious to see how it actually does, continue to flow. The boys from 21 are rotating dangerously, really close to where you have towards that regions around Hacienda, and so you can see right here on this map, Active Gaming is quite close there. We might be seeing a skirmish if those two clans were to meet in that region, and we'll keep an eye on that and see how it does develop and progress. Who are you guys rooting for? Who do you think is going to grab home that winner chicken dinner? Who is Actually, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Oh god, somebody's gonna cost me in the chat now. Sorry, no best. That one was actually a mistake. I was trying to press something else. All right. So let's take a look at the map and see where every team is currently situated at. You do see the boys from Citizens currently situated at that portal. Alright, so you see the boys from O3 now making their move away from Los Noes. Trying to maybe get towards the central position. You do see DT as well trying to head towards Chumasera. Latri Lera or Monte Novo is where the boys from 5 Gaming are currently situated at. So do you see the boys from UA also making the move to very close to that region where you have the boys from upper 6 just around Picado. Curious to see how what every team does decide to do as they continue to move towards that central spot within that zone. I'm just gonna keep an eye onto the boys from AD as well. AD, up right there. They're not too far away from Fear. Keep an eye on them. Everyone's trying to rotate in. Everyone's trying to find a spot within that zone. So curious to see how it does favor a lot of these teams. Ooh. Miramar is my least favorite map to stream when it first of all starts. Like, because I always feel like Miramar is so difficult in the beginning that it just makes things. It just makes it like not so interesting. Like when it first of all starts. So you have to be talking about like so much stuff in a Miramar game. But you can see the boys from Active Gaming now beginning to make their rotations. They're just driving across, trying to get towards that central position in the map. And there's so many different teams in front of them. They could encounter the boys from 21 as well as encounter the boys from Upper 6. But now we do see on the corner right there the boys from Fear getting into a really, really strong fight. And it does look like Fear doesn't have any kills so far. I'm just gonna hop on to boys from AD, show their own screen, show what they're seeing. AD, as you can see right there on the map, not too far away from Fear Esports, but it doesn't look like both clans want to take on this one. As the book currently in that blue. Man, this is what tires me about Miramar. Like everyone's always like, you know what, let's just go towards that deep, spot within that zone instead of like making a push. And I know it's not easy to push. It's not easy to get into, those situations. But yeah, I want to see more action. But it's such a big map that there's a lot to work with. And you can see now because things are getting central. That's exactly what it is. But on the other end, you do see the boys from O3 getting into the mix right there as they now begin to send on shots to several different teams who are making their rotations into that zone. And there's the boys from UA, especially, who are already beginning to get really, really close to the boys from O3. I might be seeing something going down there between the two of them. Let's take a look and see how it goes. So who are you guys rooting for? Normally, whenever I have a co-caster, someone said, "Fire deflects superpowers." Yes, so There's this one that I want to do, but that one is a lot harder. The slow motion one. You know, that slow motion one where you kind of like have um so the slow motion one is very very hard. That one you have like um everybody's paused and you're in slow motion, and then you're interacting with the objects around, and then you just zoom away, boom, and everything just falls down like bam. And that one is a lot harder to do, but I plan to do that one. I plan to do that one. Like use it for comedy. Like probably like I'll make a video and maybe my girl is like talking too much, and I'll just like pause time, and then I'll just zoom away from the place or something like that. I'm like bye bye. Or maybe I'm like on a date or something and I just pause time. I'm like okay bye bye, something like that. I don't know. I will try to see how I can use it to come up with like funny stuff. You know what the Flash should do in certain situations. You know, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it takes a lot of editing. It takes a lot of work. But I want to make fun stuff. So hey, my editing school, well, tutorials or schooling is paying off. I'm doing like this whole videography course for YouTube, and yeah, as I keep learning, I'll keep making more content and seeing how interesting it is, you know. But anyways, I want to try and see how that influences like the gaming content and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are out there and you want me to help you make content, help you edit, feel free to reach out. Feel free to reach out. I make very good, very very good, gameplay editor. I can make your what's it called? No need to hire anybody from Fiverr. I can make your average gameplay look like you just want PMCO. Trust me. So reach out. I like doing it, so I don't mind. For a little fee. All right. Does look like the boys from Active Gaming might be getting into a fight. Right there, as Surge currently got taken down, but he's knocked down in a position that will probably make it really hard for anyone to get to him. You see right there, he's knocked on top of that here, so he's trying to come down. Ooh, but that actually does lobby him while he's trying to come down. So the boys from Active Gaming lose one player quite early on. They do lose Surge. All right, taking a look at the way things are currently being built up on the map right now, we do see everyone, pretty much seated quite comfortably. And you do see the boys from Vibe Gaming also looking to make their move into that zone. And this is exactly, part of the things that I don't like about Miramar. Things start off interesting, then they get boring, and then you have to be like, you just have to keep things going. You have to keep up the vibe, like manually by yourself. But we might be seeing some action coming down right here as I do begin to hear some shots going down. I do believe it's the boys from AFL taking on shots onto the boys from DT. They're trying as much as possible to, take them out while they're trying to make the rotations on. But we'll see how it goes. Yes, it is the boys from AFL sending on shots onto the boys from DT while they're trying to rotate into that zone right there. And we're already beginning to see shots being let loose. If you're not sitting quite comfortably within a particular region, then it is very tough for you as we head into that second zone, moving into that third zone actually, and things are beginning to get really really dicey as the boys from DC are in the stickiest situation. I try to make the rotation on. You can see those shots being let loose right there, and Chris's vehicle being dealt with a lot of damage, and he actually has to step out of the vehicle and try as much as possible to move in. You can do it though, fire to OP. Yeah, we'll see. It's not easy, Sha. You know, making, shout out to all the people who've been doing like a lot of editing, because when I go on YouTube and I look at a lot of the kinds of edits that people within the community have been doing, like what inspired me was a lot of the edits that I was seeing coming out from, people like Rio, Obina, and all that kind of stuff. And I decided to go to sort of like a film school, and I think it's paying off. I think so. Alright, I do believe I see the boys from AD not too far away from Active Gaming, and might be seeing something going down between both sides right there as okay, I believe both sides have one player who is currently down. Skinny pulls into a building and does take down Angelo. Right now it's a 2v2 situation, but I think it is just Skinny who's in this position. Skinny has got to pop in that smoke. But also there's a problem because the boys from CLS are coming in with a third party to this one. Ooh, Vibe Gaming coming into the mix. Right there, now taking down one of the players. Amazing, you can see Vibe Gaming already beginning to make their push. In a whole lot of trouble. Skinny been able to get that revive. AD in a very tough situation as they're currently being surrounded. Vibe Gaming with a third party, but then you also have Fear. Vibe Gaming lose one player as they pull up onto this one. AD reduced to a two-man squad. And right now there's so many different teams within this region. You also have the boys from CLS who are pulled up onto this location. Oh, Hunter goes down. AK-47. Barbecued. Alright, now all of a sudden we do have the boys from Active Gaming within this region. We do have the boys from CLS who are pretty much just stalking and waiting outside. We do have the boys from Vibe Gaming pulling up onto that position, but Bougie gets knocked. Bougie gets knocked by Skinny and gets taken out right there as the boys from Vibe Gaming are now currently down to 2 players. Okay, throwing in the nade right there as the return nade moves up onto that position. Guard currently holding this building with Skinny. Oh. There's been party after party. Alright, there's so much fights going down at several different corners, but we'll keep an eye onto this particular one between, the boys from Active Gaming and Vibe Gaming. Ooh, Ayo goes down. It's just down to Phil's. It does look like this one is personal. But now Fear is lingering around. For some active gaming, we'll now be hopping into the vehicle and looking to get out of this region as the boys from Fear are just lurking around that particular one. We do see DT getting into a fight right here with no gaming, and we're going to switch onto that quickly. See how it's going. Leaves and his boys looking to provide some support and cover to the teammates. Emperor currently being revived. Both teams have still got their 4 members currently up. Archer most likely will be getting revived right now. The revives as well going down from, no gaming's point of view, when both teams are about to be in that zone, and you can already begin to see the action going down. On the other end, we do see right there on the kill feed 21 taking and getting it from upper 6. And also we do see the boys from 03 getting into a fight right there. I'm going to try and see. Oh, Evil goes down, and my goodness, the boys from DT and No Gaming getting hurt on both ends, but Guns coming in, providing that support. Stomp from a distance, trying as much as possible to see if he can provide that support to his team. Archer trying to get that heal up, but with the zone, allow him, and boom, he goes down. Right now, it's just like with Stomp was in that building, trying to get that heal up as well, but the zone's doing a lot of damage, and it's just left with Beeps. On the other end, it is just left with Storm. Both parties just trying to decide. I'm just gonna switch. Tristan with Jesse. A couple of teams right here. We got the boys from CLS who are holding it on for their dear life, trying as much as possible to get their revives up against 03. To 03. We have just one guy who's going to CLS has some players who are knocked down, but right now they're getting the revive as Roach is getting back up by Derry. And No Name, this is when you should have been getting the revives, but he was just dancing around. Why are you dancing around? Why are you not using the time you have to get the revives? You're just popping the smokes now, like, man, what? You should have been popping the smokes on your teammates and getting the revives, like, what the? Nah, man. In Zimbabwe, his teammates would have been saying, Ndiriba Serewo. In Zimbabwe, that is Shona for help me. All right. Let's see what can be done. CLS getting third party on their own by the boys from UA. Ooh, but Roach and Cole being able to put in the work right there and get a couple of knocks onto them boys. We might be seeing something going down on the other end between the boys from 21 and Active Gaming. We just say Active 21 are down to just the one guy. They're down to just Rash coming up against Skinny. Skinny trying as much as possible to make that move, but Skinny goes down. It's now left to guard. All right. They've been able to hold their own. There's the guys from upper 6 who are currently in front of them. Turn our sights onto X. Right onto X right there. He gets taken out by a third party. So many fights going on at the same time. Absolutely crazy and difficult to follow everyone through. We're just gonna try and stick with. The boys from SDZ. They're coming up against CLS. All right, there are a couple of teams here. UA is still alive in this particular one. They're still trying as much as possible to hold it down. The boys from SDZ currently are sitting down with 3 members of their squad. They have Derry just body hopping outside that building right there and trying to get that revive. But ooh, see, they bite him. Oh, they bite him. Right now on both ends. has been massive. Malala trying as much as possible to hold it down for his team. But Danny Brown is not having any of it as he's pulling up onto that location. Throwing in them nades. Joining them nades. Oh, but there's a third party. There's a third party. There's his five. And yes, SDZ winning that particular one and getting that revive. Lovely, lovely stuff going down right there. All right, so we got 4 teams left. We're going to watch it from 2 separate angles, okay? We got the boys from DN who are currently situated with a 3-man squad. On the other end, we got Upper 6 sitting down with a 4-man squad, and we want to see how it's going to go down. All right, guys, do hit those likes. Let's get those likes up. We got we're 2 likes away from 20 at some point in time. We saw more than 40 people watching, so get those likes up, guys. Get it back up. Get it back up. Get it back up. All right, one of the best from Deanna is going to be taking out. Already beginning to make, but that boy, hit your shots. Hit your shots. That boy, I'm rooting for you. Get your shots. Hit your shots. Hit your shots. Knock somebody. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. DN. Absolutely annihilated right there as the boys from Upper 6 come in and get those knocks. Now we're turning our sights onto the boys from SDZ. Setting shots right there and getting that confirmation. SDZ almost getting taken down right there, but Kumalala able to fight for them, and right now they're down into that last portion and can actually get home that winner with a chicken dinner there. If they play their cards right, they might actually be able to win this particular one, coming up against the boys from Upper 6, and it is K and Temi who stand in between the way and grabbing this game and taking it home. All right, but they've also got the zone to contend with. They've got to pop on their smokes, find a way to rotate in, and I do hope that they have enough smokes to be able to do this one, but it doesn't look like it as please, you guys should make it easier to pronounce the names. It's currently, but he's able to get one knock. Gets knocked down at the same time. Well, right now, who wins the game? Who takes home that winner chicken dinner? As that was too close to call, but it is the boys from Upper 6 who actually win this particular one. GD to the boys from Upper 6 as they do take home this particular game. We'll be right back for some more action in a bit, so don't go nowhere. Grab yourselves a drink and let's come back. We still got 2 games to go. Let's see who is going to be our next victor. I'll catch you in the next one.
self-esteem is tell you this. These kinds of they're not it's hard, it's unfair. Some people it's your behavior.
So many guys like similar. So many.
Misunderstanding is that women it's a lot of their choose. So if it's the same way, like you're a girl, right? She didn't want right? So even though she was and she had to so this what women it's representing experience. I can assure you an extreme difficult. Argue with been comedy, trend, triggering, healing, change yourself. Thing that yeah, change yourself.
Oh my god, I forgot my camera was on. I was watching Abba and Preach. I don't know if you guys know about Abba and Preach. You know, two guys on YouTube who do like a lot of comedy, and they released a new video, and I was just laughing with it. Yeah, I was just watching it during the break, and I forgot that you guys were. Anyway, we've seen some action going down in the first two games of the night, and it has been crazy. The last game being taken on by number 6. STC was really close to getting that one, but at the end of the day, fate will have it, and it was the boys from Upper 6 who actually got home that winner with a chicken dinner. So you guys looking forward to this particular game? Who do you think is going to grab that one and grab those extra points right there? Who's going to be taking home that winner with a chicken dinner? Let's take a look and see how it goes. All right, already on the back of it, we do see the boys from CLS on Vibe Gaming going at each other. One of the players from CLS is currently being taken down, so I'm just going to try as much as possible to hop into, that fight quickly. Things are already beginning to go down between these two teams. You already see CLS trying as much as possible to do their best. Both teams have taken on one player each on both sides. And as you can see, Derry and his team, who have given us a lot of action so far in this particular lobby, are doing their very best to hold their own down. It is Ayo, it is Supreme, and it is Supremo, and it is Buji holding that defense up for the boys from Vibe Gaming. But on the other end, you do have a player. Ooh, we do see a fight coming down between Citizens and Fear. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hold on to this one and try to look for where that Citizens and Fair fight may be at. And it is in that center. Okay. So I'm gonna hold on, and try to pick out the two fights. We do see the boys from Citizens getting into a fight right there with Fear. And Citizens has lost one player. I'm not sure how many players that Fear have lost. But if Derry and his teammates don't push in a bit, I'll just move on to, you know, watching it from Fear's perspective. Trying to see if I can show these two fights, but both of them are holding on for now. Teams are taking it easy. You know, waiting for that one opportunity to make that push. That's what that both teams are pretty much just respecting themselves right now. No one's making that push. No one's making that, you know, grand entry. I feel like this team should actually be, you know, making more, you know, taking more risk, because at this particular point in time, like some of these teams have nothing to lose. You know, after today, they're just moving on. So they should actually be more aggressive at how, you know, they take on these fights. Like for me, that's what I would be doing if I was in this situation, being like, you know what, I'm not losing anything. Let me just, you know, make my push and all that kind of stuff. Like that's what I would do. Who is this naked? God. Okay. Get the chant. All right. So who's gonna give us that spectacle? Who's gonna give us that action? Are we gonna see fight coming in between Citizens and Fear? You can see Neil pretty much on that sniper thing, but that nade pulling up onto that region where Swags was currently at, but not able to do any damage right there, as you can see. Nade's flying in from Vibe Gaming as well. What is this? Fear currently situated with a 4-man squad coming up against Citizens, who have lost one player. And I do believe that this is a thing of pride for the boys from Fear, as if you do remember yesterday, I do think yesterday, Citizens wiped them in Sandhawk right here. So they're coming in for that revenge. So it's definitely a thing of pride for them. Derry with the swatting things in it. Derry looking to cut Bougie, so. Alright. You guys have got to give us the action. You guys have got to make that push. Come on. Whatever happens, it doesn't change anything on the leaderboard. You've qualified. There's 2 more games to go. You can take the action, make that move, make that push. So down to this, but no one wants to enter montage. You see, that's the problem right here. It's not about the leaderboard. It's not about anything. It's just that nobody wants to enter montage. Nobody wants to enter montage. That is the problem. No one wants to be knocked down in slow motion. That is the problem. Do 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 boom. Do 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 boom boom. Do 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 boom. Do 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 boom. Do 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 boom. It does look like the boys from CLS are pretty much just going to be moving away from this particular fight, retreating. Yeah. It is what it is. Sometimes it'll be like that. Sometimes it'll be like that. I'm gonna move on to Fear right now and fully watch this fight going down between Fear and the boys from Citizens, who as well have not really gotten into a fight, but we'll see how that one does play out between the two of them, as Vibe Gaming and CLS just decided to back out of that particular one, not taking in the fight, as they had both hurt each other, ends. But let's see how this one actually does build out, as Fear is actually making sort of like a retreat or a push. I'm not really sure which one it is, because it actually does look like they're really close to one of the players from Citizens, and it is Bego that are really close to. You can already see Swax, pulling up onto this position at the warehouse right here, is about to make that move. Obviously, he would have told his teammates coming to provide the support right now. As you can see, Swax pulling up right there onto Bego. He takes down one, but he goes down again. Oh, well, it's a tough one. Bego needs his teammates to come and provide that support. You can see support is coming in. Esteda is coming in with that support, trying as much as possible to see if he can. King with the knock right there. Right now it's just down to Malala. Fear getting themselves that revenge. They lose one man in that particular fight, but they got their revenge on the boys from SDZ for taking them out yesterday. But we do see the boys from 03 right there hanging on top of that roof, just not off boot camp, and trying as much as possible to see if they can get one or two knocks onto the boys from Fear, who just finished a fight right now. Oof. Finally, we saw some action. Ooh. Taking a look at the map right now, you do see several different teams are currently, just spaced out right about now, with that zone shifting, with Painan empty in that center, and all of these teams will be looking to start to make their way into that zone right there. AD03, all of these clans, as well as Active Gaming and No, will be looking to see if they can get themselves towards that central spot, and that's exactly what some of these teams are going to be doing right about now. We might see a fight coming down between Vibe Gaming and UA, so we'll keep an eye on that, as both parties are really close to each other. Take a look at how close they are on the map. I almost likely spotted one of the players right there. You can already see them beginning to get into the action. Oh, Tega taking out Bougie. Jesse trying to get a knock right there, but he does get knocked as well. All right, now to the 2v2 situation. Jesse knocked, Tega knocked. Ayo going in for that confirmed. Debussy has been revived. Ayo with the confirmation right there. And now UA is just down to two players. It is down to Butcher and Prophecy. I was trying not to call it Professor. Alright, several different teams should now be looking to rotate into that zone. As you can see on this map right here, you do have the boys from 03 already beginning to make the rotations into that central spot within the zone. You do see the boys from UA, Prophecy, and Butcher already beginning to make their own rotations as well. We do see CLS not too far. not too far away from O3, and we might be seeing some action coming down there between those two sides, and we got to be really careful. But we might be seeing some great man action coming down between 21 and the boys from Active Gaming. We already see two players from 21 have been taken down, and 21 all of a sudden in a quick space and time are down to just a one player, with Pharaoh gone down, Rash gone down. It is now just left with alright. Now it's just left with Daddy. Daddy's just chilling, waiting for that opportunity. He turns into epic. He's about to get this one. Oh, but Storm right there coming in from Ted Bundy. He does take him out of the game. And we have another fight that might be going down. Alright, let's turn our sights to this side. We got the boys from CLS in the fight with O3. And it's just left with Roach and Derry. Hold this one out for their teammate. Oh, Danny Brown gets lobbied by No Name. You can see right there, Choco and his boys already beginning to make that move. No Name's on that roof. I don't know what he's doing there. We're here for violence. Here it is. There with the name, Roach. Also preparing. What can they do? How can they hold back? The boys right there from pulling in and taking them out. O3 with a full squad. You do see Shaq making his move, trying to get into that building, trying to get into that location. They're throwing in the mollies. Derry. Sorry, Derry. Boys from O3 win that particular fight and take home a couple of players. Alright, let's take a look at the way things are going to build out. We still got about 13 teams right here in the lobby, and things are going quite well. Guys, do remember to hit that like and take it up. Let's take it up. We're 2 likes away from being at 30. Okay, 2 likes away from being at 30, and let's see how it's going to play out. All right, let's see how it's going to play out. All right, so we're still heading into that zone. We got the boys from AD not too far away from Active Gaming, and we might be seeing a fight going down between these two clans right there. You got AK-47 just in front right there of Angelo, and Ted Bundy gets taken out. And this is where things now begin to get interesting as the boys from Active Gaming are putting up onto this location. Angelo is about to throw in a nade. Ooh, but nades are beginning to fly into those corners right there. I'll be curious to see how this one actually does play out for the boys from Active Gaming. Ooh, Active Gaming taking down one player, taking down Hunter. Active Gaming now down to just God and Ted Bundy. God trying as much as possible to hold things down for his team. From AD are currently on the front foot as they've taken out 2 members of the boys from Active Gaming, and it's now down to one player, now down to just God. The whole thing's down for his team. Okay, he needs to throw in that nade onto that position where Angelo is currently situated. He does that. He throws in that nade. It's a tough one for him as it's coming up against 3 players in a CPC position. Still got no cover. And he does get taken out, and it's the boys from AD who do win that one. GG's to the boys from AD winning that particular fight. Let's go, let's go. We're down to 13 teams right here in the lobby. Ooh, and the boys and Extremists getting into a whole lot of trouble as two of the players currently get taken out. O3 puts it in the work right there, getting himself into a good position. So many different potential fights about to happen. Oh, the boys from DN get into a whole lot of trouble as they do get taken down by AFL. Well, one of the players gets taken down by AFL. This is where things now begin to get interesting. We're trying to get into that zone. It is boys from DN. They've taken out one of the players from AFL, and this is where violence now begins to ensue. Guys, he just likes. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. Get it cracking. I'm only going to ask you for 30. And that's exactly what you've done. You've given me 30 something likes, so that's good. Thanks. That's all I can ask for. If you guys want to give it more, if you want to go to 40, can we have 40? That would be great. But anyways, I'm gonna be grateful enough for the number that you've given me today. All right, turning our sides right now, we might be seeing a fight coming down between the boys from FST. Right there against the boys from AFL, and you can already begin to see them sending on shots right there. I'm gonna turn my sights onto Dark Ninjas are getting into a fight with FST as well as the boys from AFL. We're trying to make their way into that zone. So many different clans at this particular position. We do see Dolas and his boys. Right here, Asura is trying to get into the zone, but it's being kept right there by Valiant. And they see the shots being let loose right there. AFL in a very, very dangerous situation. They're in a sticky situation right now, trying to make their way into that zone. And it's very, very tough for them as they are currently being gate kept. Oh my goodness. The third party coming in right there, and FST is in a whole lot of trouble. They do have a couple of players who are currently down. Right now, AFL has got to make that move, but it get gone down right there. Asura gets gone down by Easy. So many teams trying to make their way into that zone. Prophet, the last one for AFL, trying to run in, trying to make his way in. Soldiers pulling up onto this fight. Takes out a couple of players, and this is where things now begin to get interesting as the boys from No Gaming are currently inside that zone and taking on shots to several different people. You just see Evil knocking down one player, and he continues with his rotation into that zone. The shot does go down. It's just left with Daichi, and the zone is so small, and all these guys will be looking, to go in for that huge strat instead of just pushing in anymore. All right, tough one for a lot of these teams as boys from No Gaming do pull up into that zone. You can see O3 is holding a central position right there. Snake's taking on shots onto Bougie. Just currently holding the position. Underneath that map, you can see the shots being let loose right there. No Name is currently taking on shots onto the boys from DT. AD and No Gaming are pretty much just going at each other right about now. Gonna start into this right here. But actually, it was UA. Now we're down to 4 teams. We have 3 teams who are currently trying to make their way in. DT Chris is out there with a healing strat. The rest of his teammates are still trying to battle it out within that zone. No gaming holding the position down there in. No, 0-3 still have a full squad. And they can all move into that zone. All right, my money is currently on 0-3 to win this particular game. Alright, let me set up on some 0-3. About to go up in a 4v4 versus No Gaming, but we're taking out one of the players from No Gaming already. You can see them already beginning to make that push. No Name Snakes and his boys already beginning to get out. Money coming in right there. The Storming coming in, and it's just up to Evil. Evil, the last one for his team, and it gets taken out right there. And DT Chris is currently sitting down outside that zone with the. Oops. It's giving us some heals. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to win the game on heals. Who knows? I mean, he's got 19 meds, so let's see if that works. Let's see if he can win. Give us that winner chicken dinner. That would actually be nice to see, like someone winning the game on heals. You know, that would be nice to see. Did they get him? Because they started shooting at him. He died. Or maybe he panics. I think he panics. All right, the boys from 0-3 winning that particular one, and right now that takes us into our final game of the night. I do believe it's going to be an around go game, so don't go nowhere. Grab yourself a drink, and we'll be right back for some more action after the break. All right, guys, taking a look at the map, shifting all the way from that north central region towards that southwest. We're seeing a lot of teams land quite close to each other. We might be seeing skirmishes coming in several different positions. We'll just be taking a look at how this one does unfold as we're down to our last match of the Super Weekend. From here on, we're moving on to the semi-finals. Okay. And then from there, we'll be going all the way towards that LAN, that beautiful LAN that everyone is waiting for. Lala says no live update table. Well, yeah, we don't have that yet. Probably we're gonna have that for the finals. But this is just quarterfinals, you know. Nobody really puts in the maximum amount of effort during, you know, quarterfinals. You do your best, okay? You do your best. But we might be having that. At least after every single match, we will try to have live updates and the finals of, you know, the MPL, and we'll see how that one goes and how it builds out. Okay, we're gonna try to. It's easier on a particular day, right? On the day of the night, to offer, you know. It's easier on the final day to offer a certain level of production, you know. All right, but taking a look at that zone, we can see that zone shifting towards that not western region. Rumors, there's a lot of buildings to work with, and that's the thing about this zone. This particular zone is going to make this match really long. You know, and I say it's going to make it long because there's a lot of buildings around Gatka, and a lot of these teams will just be holding it down. Except we might see a fight coming out between O3 and the boys from AFL. Right, but this match is actually going to be long. Hey, my God, this Mr. Second Screen. Who out there is going to invest in me? Who's going to invest in me to getting a new capture card? It's not gonna invest in me. Someone should invest in me. I'm looking for an investor. And it's an investment, so it means that you will gain something. Okay? But no jokes though. If I find an investor for my casting, I don't mind sharing revenue with that investor. That'll actually be a good deal. For the investor, no jokes. That'll actually be a good long-term deal for the investor. If I find someone that's looking to, you know, open to the option of investing, I don't mind. Actually be a good deal for them. Anyways, let's take a look at Fear, who's rotating along the path of the boys from Active Game. You know, we might be seeing something going down there between the two clans. We haven't really seen Fear and Active Gaming go at it, so this might be one interesting one. UA needs 10 points to qualify. So I've been told that UA does need 10 points to qualify into the game. So let's see if the UA actually does get that amount of points to qualify into this game. But right now, we haven't really seen much coming in between the boys from Active Gaming and Fear. So let's take a look and see how this one's going to build out on this particular lobby. We do see several different people right there. We do see Ginseng saying hi. Welcome, Ginseng. Thanks for joining us on board right there. We do see Surge getting a knock. One player goes down. Two player goes down. And right now, Surge is putting in the work. He's gotten a couple of knocks. And here has Surge having gotten 2 knocks onto the guys from Fear Esports. And right now, Fear is down to just 2 players left. King is currently right down right now. And the boys from Fear are trying as much as possible to hold their own right there. But oh my goodness, Neo goes down right there to Skinny, and the boys from Active Gaming are putting in the work. You can see right there, they're trying to get that revive onto their player King, and Surge is just waiting. Okay, let's see what move he makes. Let's see what move he makes. King is currently up. Neo gets taken down. Outcast is moving away. Ooh, his HP is really low. Skinny takes a little bit of damage. You can see Surge trying to get an angle. So just trying to get an angle. Goes right there, and he does come from behind. And oh my goodness, it is Surge taking out 3 players from the boys from Fear. And it is Surge right there with that particular one. So great stuff coming down from them. Lovely gameplay so far. All right. Let's tune into the map. I'm going to tune into the map right here. I'll show a double screen while I'm taking a look at the map and switching around, as we do see several different people already within this particular leaderboard. I've just been told right there that UA needs 10 points to qualify. Okay, I'm curious to see how this one is actually going to play out for these teams. UA finding themselves in a good situation. It does look like the boys from Active Gaming have gotten their vehicles really close to the boys from UA. They're looking to rotate into a favorable position. See how that one goes out. Several different teams are now making themselves their way into that zone, and it is a crazy time. Ginseng says A-OK. I'm not sure what that A-OK is, but anyways, alright, let's take a look at where the several different teams are going to be currently situated. We do see the boys from Active Gaming holding that central position as they've just finished a fight with the boys from Fear. We got the boys from UA who do need those points. They do need 10 points in this particular lobby to qualify. Now, guys, let's take note of that. Let us calculate the scores of UA and how many points that they are able to amass and grab before the end of the match. Okay, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that. On the boys from UA, the boys from Active Gaming have been able to gather everything yesterday. This was the only weekend that they qualified, and they were able to gather more than 70-something points to get themselves to qualify within this particular lobby, displacing a couple of other teams right there. But we'll talk about that at the end of the match. So let's take a look at where every team is going to participate. I did tell you a couple of minutes ago that several different teams are going to try as much as possible to hold different positions, and they're going to be successful at it because there's a lot of buildings around that Gatka, and that's exactly what's playing out right now. Mala says I go fit use 2K invest. That's 2K is donation. That's not investment. That's donation. You can donate. I have my PayPal, but I'm looking for investor. investor. Looking for investor. I think that there's like a lot of things that I want to do and I want to experiment with. I'm invested in a lot of things, but I need other people who share that sort of vision with me. I want to build like you know those sort of things. But anyways, we'll talk about that later as we tune into the boys right there from DN who are hopping onto a fight, and it does look like DN is one of those clans that actually needs points. I'm not sure how many points that they have for now, but they do require those points. They're currently not sitting down in a favorable position, and let's see how this one actually does play out for them. They've lost one player right now coming up against the boys from CLS, and CLS is currently not holding back as they are continuing to make their push onto this particular region. It does look like they will be pushing up onto that building right there as Manny and Cole are looking to make that push all the way up on that one. We do see the boys from Citizens and O3 coming at it. I do believe they're all the way up on that North Georgia Pool region, and coming in from Zaki, the boys on Citizens were making their push and taking out, a couple of players right there from O3. So keep an eye on that and see how it actually does build up and go from here. Oh, all right. If you haven't clicked that like, if you haven't hit that subscribe, do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. It's about fire. We got 44 likes. 44. Thanks to everybody who joined us on board right here. It has been an amazing day. While this fight is going on, I'm going to keep an eye onto that fight going on between O3 and Citizens on the other end. So on one end we got Manny and his boys, and then we do see Citizens taking out Schneitz from O3 right there. O3 is already qualified. Coming into this week, they were sitting down on that top region, and all of these guys are just, they got their thing sorted. They know they're qualified. They're just going on and just continuing with the vibe. Limson says, let's see vibe. We will see vibe when vibe is fighting. Okay? I can't just show somebody just for showing somebody's sake. But then it might be actually it's actually a good time to show vibe now, because vibe and the boys from Active Gaming are actually getting into a fight. So you've got your wish on seeing vibe, and Supremo goes down. Okay, be curious to see if the boys from Active Gaming are going to be pushing up onto this one. Someone says, what's that sound? What's that sound? What's that sound? Do you still hear any weird sound? Let me know. Let me know if you still hear any weird sound, guys. Okay, let me know if you still hear any weird sound. All right, so pulling up right now, I'm gonna. All right, doesn't look like the boys from Active Gaming are going to be pushing up onto that location where Supremo is currently situated. But Supremo has also been revived, and the nades are getting sent out by the boys from Active Gaming. Both parties are currently holding this hill, and the nades are going in. They're just flowing. It's a very hard one to push because of the current position that the boys from Vibe Gaming are currently situated at. Ted Bundy does take out Felzy with a nade right there. Coming into the mix, but Skinny from the top, from another angle gets taken down. All of a sudden, the boys from Active Gaming lose a couple of players. Such coming into this one, trying to provide that cover. And that will be it for the boys from Active Gaming, as Jesus did provide that fight from the center, did provide a cover from the center for his team, and was able from that angle to get a couple of knocks. All right, so those who were asking, to see the boys from Vibe Gaming, you did see Vibe Gaming right there. You were able to see them coming in from an angle All right, and that's exactly how we show teams. We don't decide to show teams. We show people who are fighting. Okay, that's what it is. So there's no special preference for any particular team. As you can see right now, I'm showing CLS versus Vibe Gaming about to get into a fight. IT Gaming just finished fighting. Now it's on to CLS. So it's not like there's a preference for showing any particular team. All right. So just in case you're coming in and you're like, oh, show this team. No, it doesn't exist. It is. Oh, I'm only going to show as much fights as I can. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'm only going to try as much as possible to stick to where the action is currently going down as much as possible. But if a fight is going on, and of course I'm not showing any fights, that's like a different thing entirely. But you know, when I always try to stick to fights. But you can see right there the boys from Vibe Gaming who currently just took out the boys from Active Gaming, now getting into a fight with the boys from CLS. Oh, and two players from CLS currently getting taken down right there, as now it's just left with Derry and Roach trying to hold things down for the team. And you can already see Roach rushing in right there to get that revive. Derry looking to do the same thing. I do believe that was the mistake the boys from Active Gaming, made, because they were trying to push onto that location where Felsi currently was, and that was the bait. But the third party is now coming in, reducing their HP. The boys from Vibe Gaming have got to be really careful. The nade trying to come in right there from Derry onto that location where they're currently at, and would that be enough? No, it wasn't. It didn't bounce in the right location, and they were able to get that revive onto Bushi. Someone said, what am I getting if I invest in you? Okay, that's a great question. That's a great question right there. But that's a great question. I'll answer in a couple of minutes. Okay, please don't go nowhere. Just stay here while we focus on this fight, and I'll answer that question. All right, because now we sort of like got a three-way fight. Citizens are coming into the mix of things. Can see now they've got one knock onto the boys from CLS, and it's a terrible time for CLS because they've got like a three-way battle going down. Belzy sending in them nades. The boys from Citizens are sending in theirs. Oh, Manny goes down. Look at those nades. Look at the amount of nades that are being pulling up onto this location right here. It's just nade on nade. But the boys from CLS are being absolutely resilient. They're still trying as much as possible to hold their position. So someone was asking like what would they gain? Currently I have so the two major streams of income for me right now. One is on my YouTube channel. And then the other one is from my casting. So I make money casting for people as well as many other casters. So the more the quality of my cast improves, I can't talk about the figures right here on stream, but I definitely make enough that an investor would be able to retrieve back their money. That one is for sure. Depending on what type of investment, it is, we can come to those agreements. So it could be for every revenue that I make over a period of time, you'll be getting a certain level of percentage. It could come in from of, your own branding, me helping you, grow your own audience or whatever it is. It could come in several different forms. Okay, it could come in several different angles. But the thing is yes, there would definitely be benefits for an investor investing in my brand and so many different things. Definitely, I would. I am. I'm a businessman to the point that I understand that there must be a benefit for an investor. That's why it's an investor. You're investing in something, and you most likely want to gain something out of it. So there must be returns. But the first idea is to want to invest. Want to invest, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. People who are potentially looking for the opportunity to invest. All right, with DC Citizens move away from that particular location onto that point where you do have Extremists. And right now, the boys from Citizens have one player who currently has gotten taken down. We moved away from one location and got into another one, and everyone's now trying to pull up into that zone, and this is where things are absolutely going crazy. We're down to 13 teams right here. AFL's in a fight, Citizens in a fight. It's just party after party at every single region. We're going to take a look at the boys from AFL right here as they do take out, I do believe, another player right there from No Gaming. Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye on all of this fights and see how it continues to build up. One end we have the boys from UA. Remember, we talked about them needing those points, needing 10 points to qualify. So this is a do or die match for the boys from UA. Okay, they need those points, and if they don't get those points, they're out of the NPL. Right now, they got 1 point to their name, so that means that they do require some extra points right there. BT taking on shots onto So basically, if UA gets 10 points in this game, EXO is out. And EXO didn't qualify for this weekend, so yeah, it is between UA and EXO right about now. So EXO will obviously be praying that UA doesn't have a good game in this particular one as they heat up those rotations. But oh my goodness, Butcher gets taken down while they're trying to make the rotations into that zone. See, everyone's now hopping on into their vehicle. And my goodness. Crazy things are happening as the boys pulling up into that zone. There's so much fights going down. Ocean UA trying to hold their own in that particular one. See the boys from Upper 6 sending up nades onto that position where Vibe Gaming are currently situated at. U8 is down to 2 points. They're still holding their own right now. Does look like Property is starting another knock. Keep an eye out for UA. They're struggling. They want to, and for every team that gets lobbied and sent out, they do gather a lot more points. And I do believe they're going to gather the points because there's no team currently situated with them. The game sound is louder than my mic. game sound is louder than my mic. Oh, really? Okay, I'll reduce the game sound just a bit. Increase my microphone. Sorry, increase my microphone. All right, so we're down to 3 teams, and I can officially say that the boys from UA have qualified. Calculating the amount of points that they have so far, they do have 14 points right here in this particular game, and they have made it all the way into the next stage of the MPL, thus displacing the boys from EXO away from the MPL right now. Lovely gameplay coming in from EXO as well, qualifying and giving us a good time. Kunai and his boys, definitely not going to forget them, as they have put in a good and great performance throughout the entire NPL. We'll be seeing that leaderboard on the socials. I do believe it's going to be released sometime tomorrow. We're going to try as much as possible when we get to the final stage to make sure that we have live leaderboards. It's something that we're going to continue to improve. Maybe we're even going to be using the boards on both sides there. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. But we can see right here, we do have the boys from AD pulling up onto that position right there. Jesse trying as much as possible to provide a defense, but Angelo and his boys are absolutely crazy when they pull into this mode right here. It's now Tega and the rest of the boys to try to hold a defense right there. You do see a nade or a smoke right there coming in from Prophecy. And the boys from AD battle their way right there as they do take out the boys from 03. Do take out the boys from UA actually, then turn their sights into 03. Alright, with that being said, we are now done with our final game of the night, but definitely one thing to note of is that the boys from UA finished this particular game with enough points to qualify onto the next stage, and definitely that is what they will be looking for. All right, definitely what they will be looking forward to, moving on to the next stage. So that being said, lovely gameplay coming in from everyone. It has been an amazing day. It has been an amazing time streaming this weekend's NPL. All right, going all out. We do have AD Hunters, we can see right there, being our MVP and the star of the match. But definitely we cannot rule out the performances coming in from Supremo and AK-47 right there. So guys, this is your boy At Fire. It's been an amazing week. Thanks to everybody who joined on board. And I'll be right back same time next week for some more action. We'll see you then.